Hello and welcome back to another video on TSW6 during the early access period. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Morristown line, which is New York, Hoboken and Dover. Now you can see I have had a little bit of a look, mainly just to sort of get a feel for the train, just sort of actually know what I'm doing with it. And to be honest, it's actually quite simple. Now I'm going to try and be brave and put the safety systems on, which is ACS and ACESCS or something like that. I'm gonna have a go. If I'm struggling, I might well turn it off, but I'm gonna try and be brave and have a go at it. I have had a little look at the tutorial, just how and what I'm meant to do with it. It probably hasn't stuck. It never usually does. But anyway, right. So 2 modules. It comes with 8 scenarios. Obviously, there's some for the deluxe, which is the ALP46NJT, which is the bi-mode loco. We're not going to be using that today. I will cover something on it, but today we're going to be having a play with the Arrow 3, which is actually quite a cool little unit. Now, again, layers. Make sure you have your layers turned on, and then make sure everything's ticked. That way, you get the best experience if you can handle it on like whatever system you're running on. If you have everything, this is what you get in the timetable. So there's all sorts of bits and pieces that you'll get to see, and you can obviously drive all this. So Arrow 3 is a unit from 1977 through to the present day. They have had a mid-life overhaul, I believe. I had to go over the tutorial. They've had a mid-life sort of overhaul where they've had better motors and all sorts of jazz. It's worth having a play on that tutorial just to get some information. It's quite interesting. But I won't do that on a video because it's otherwise it's just me running around in a circle on the test track. Right, so plenty of different services in varying times. Now I'm not going to do anything over like I'm going to sort of go with a 49 minute run here. Some of the longer runs you'll find are like an hour and 27, which is a long run. Most of them, though, to be honest, are 50 minutes. There's 24 minutes there. It's a non-revenue, so that'll be like an ECS move. But mainly, obviously, you got your local revenue runs. So like Hoboken to Gladstone. There's a yard move, Sunnyside and Penn Station. There's a variety of stuff you can do with this, which is quite cool. So let us go with. We'll go with a Hoboken to Gladstone. I think get the boring 30 kph departure out of the way because it's actually quite brutal. It takes forever. So we'll go with that. With August, bit of cloud on there, a bit of wind, and let's get started. Conductor mode is in there as well as expected. Although I don't really dabble in conductor mode myself. Can't be doing with it. It just bores the heck out of me. Walking up in our train, looking at some tickets, moving some out of the way. Now I'm hoping, and again I've got all the safety systems on in a second, but not just I'm on about the faults. I've got all the fault stuff on, all the behaviour. That's ramped up as high as can be, so hopefully we'll get something. And I did actually get a fault pop up on this earlier for I think it was ditch lights. Which was quite cool. I had to go and flip a switch in the fuse cupboard behind my head where I'm sat. Right, I'll operate in the local revenue service from Hoboken to Summit. Let's get started. Now, one thing I did know is that this station, it's pretty laggy, but it does sort itself out when you get out of it. So just bear with us on that. Right. So full service on that. I'm just trying to. I don't actually know where the ACS stuff is on this. I presume it's in this cupboard, maybe. ETC system will cut that in. What else have we got in here? I'm just trying to work out what there is and what I can play with. Everything else. Yeah. Right, okay, so there's nothing else in there from what I can see, so there must be some switches somewhere. Surely. Must be these little flip switches maybe, right, what we've got here. Buzzers, snow brakes, knockouts. Door controls. No. I have no idea where the AC stuff is on this. Where are you hiding? As you can tell, I've really done my research here. Not up there, is it? That's all to do with door control. There, oh, hang on, what's up this? Nope. This is a very good question now. Where are you hiding? Radio, PT. Nope. Nope. It'll be really obvious, and this is what happens when you don't really drive American stuff very often in the game. I'll end up just pressing control and enter in a second. I would like to have seen where the switches are, but I have not got the absolute foggiest where they are head. Do you know what? We're just going to cheat on this one. PTC alerter. Apparently I did it. PTC apparently. Anyway, right. Doors. Interesting that people are actually like... People can actually sort of just walk past you while you're in your driving seat. Interesting. All the chatter. Looking unit side. I do like the unit like exteriors look as well. I'll have a look at that when we get out of the station, because at the minute it's a bit of a laggy mess. No idea why it's so laggy now, because as soon as I got out of the station it sorted itself out and it was fine. Alright, so to get this thing set up, all you need to do is essentially put the control plug in, put the brakes in, and go. This doesn't have a reverser, it's all done on this controller, so at the minute it's in safety. Then you're going to go forward. If you want to go back, basically like that. That's essentially all you need to do, so brakes off. It's forward. And off we go. As simple as that. It's 15 coming out of this is Hoboken, I think it is. I think that's also the new train there. New diesel FIMO thing. Interesting little setup into it with the controls. Drive-wise is really simple. And that might be my beeping. Again, do bear with me, and if I'm doing anything wrong, please be nice to me in the comments, because I don't normally drive this sort of stuff. I just really wanted to have a go of this route. I don't normally do the American stuff in the game, because I find it quite boring sometimes in the gameplay, but the route looked quite interesting, and the fact that the unit itself looked rather enticing, just for its sort of old nature, really. Got quite a stylish look. Also, I've put all manner of marker lights on it, haven't I? Is it going to tell? Christ. This is going to go really badly, I can see it now. And turn that, whatever I turned on, off. I think it might be on the roof actually. There, weren't it? The bullseyes, I think. Yeah, there. Going really well. Although we are moving and we haven't come to a stop yet, which is even better. So we need to keep our eye on here. This is the in-cab signalling. And we need to keep an eye out on all this stuff as well. Make sure we're not basically going over speeding. This section is really slow. I'm just going to warn you now, if you're not familiar with the route, which I'm not, this is a very, very slow section of route. 30 for a fair while, way beyond bridges and like the tunnels and the bridges. And this route has got some very nice bridges from what I've seen in my 7-kilometre drive I do, or 7-mile drive, just to sort of get the feel of the unit. I see that the FPS has sorted itself out better than what it was. I definitely am finding that routes in TSW nowadays are getting more and more intense. Definitely seeing a shift in how routes perform on my machine. This PC is what, 4 5 years old all around. I'd say now about 5 years I think coming up this year. But it's not new. Not got the most up-to-date technology in it. One thing I did notice in this tunnel is they've obviously light baked it, but not light baked the wires. You can see the wires. Looks like that might be missed off. There's not really much to say at the minute, it's just tunnels we get out. Looking at the map, it's a fairly interesting little map. You've got New York, I think Penn's over here. I think called the sidings. Where is that? Is it? That's the sidings up there where I think you do your recess stuff coming back into Penn, which is here. That alarm's going to do my head in. That's it. That's New York Penn over there. Everything joins up and merges, which I think like around here is where the Boston New York Trenton route joined in and met up. Could be, I think, familiar with that, and then it goes off up there. It's an interesting looking route. So I've only looked at screenshots. I very, very, very briefly looked at the preview stream for all about 5 minutes. I don't like looking at them really. I just nipped in just to see what was going on because it was quite a late stream. I like to have a look myself and get my own feel. I want to know what I'm getting when I look at it. And that way I can decide if I'm going to enjoy it or not. I'd definitely say up to now though, I think this choice of route is better than last year's American offering. I found last year's was just absolutely boring. Insane. It was just along a straight line, really. This looks a lot more fun. Now I don't know how busy it is in terms of traffic on this route. We'll judge that as we go along. Hopefully we'll see plenty of trains. I just hope we get some faults and stuff. I think one of the biggest, these big bridges coming up already. I have no idea where we are, where we're going through or anything like that. I know we're going to be calling it Meadows Track 1 shortly. And then we've got Newark Broad Street, East Orange, Church, Orange, Highland Avenue, Mountain, South Orange, Maplewood, Milburn, Short Hills, Wall Summit, and that's where we end. I mean, I shouldn't be calling it Track 1 because that is like basically Platform 1. It's quite a nippy unit as well, this, when it gets going. I am quite I'm quite enticed by this looking rather quirky. It's sort of, it gives me a sort of bit like the New York sort of subway sort of vibes in way how it looks like with the corrugated sides and the metal. I like it. Definitely one of the more cool looking EMUs we've had on the American scene. Like in terms of like more interesting than the Long Island Railroad stuff. Like this, all these bridges. You got the scene of that New York back there. Look. And we can put some power on now. Just shows you how fast this thing can actually go. How quick it can do it. Station's not too far away now, so I'm going to put the brakes on. So my understanding is that when it beeps and stuff, you need to put it to suppression, then you can cancel it. You should always adhere to the lower, at the low end, that signal. Small station, Christ almighty. That looks like it'll just fit one coach in. What the heck is this? Got a Ford big station here. That is so strange. Like a little Holt. What bizarre station. I hope it hasn't opened all the doors. It hasn't either. It actually knows which ones to open. It's cool. Pretty certainly past stuff we've seen, like all doors will just open up. You see, the FPS is fine when it comes out of it. It's not so bad. A little bit low, but it's not playable. So any traffic going the other way yet, which is concerning. Very quiet. I'd expect it to be a busy line. Maybe this part isn't. I'm just waiting for the speed to actually full on climb up, but we've got a 45 first for the 75. We're just going to keep an eye on this. Crossover. I want to know what these, there's some little flags up in there which I want to know what they're all about. Right, the Morristown line dates back to the lucrative 1830s when New Jersey locals needed a connection to New York City. Born to carry people, the line accelerated in popularity among passengers, being extended to Dover by 1848. As time passed and companies merged, it became a part of the many electrified lines into New York and Hoboken Terminal, and today's frequent commuter line operated by NJ Transit. The route is a tale of two halves, with the dense urban environment of New York City slowly fading away into the more suburban setting of New Jersey. New York Penn is the busiest railroad station in the Western Hemisphere, located beneath the famous Madison Square Garden, serving up to 600,000 passengers per day. It's quite staggering, really, when you read that. Oh, there's a train now. The addition of Hoboken Terminal brings another thriving station to this part of the country and train sim world, being one of the busiest passenger terminals in North America. From here, trains head through the 1908 Bergen tunnels, through Newark and Orange, to ultimately reaching Dover Station. The electrified Morristown line heads through plenty of small town stations with a mix of low-level and high-level platforms over a distance of 40 miles. It is from these platforms that the new audible platform announcements will be heard. Yeah, I'm just watching the speedometer, by the way. Obviously counting down. Counting down to 55. I'm just making sure. Oh, for Christ's sake. I've still not quite got the hang of this. It's sort of... It's quite... I find it really hard to sort of grasp this. As long as it keeps moving, doesn't stop me or emergency brake me, I'm happy. Keep moving. Nice looking route though, nice and busy. Look at all the scenery. Plenty going on. Floating cars. Oh, good God. Oh, we'll ignore that. Don't worry, slow down. More big bridges coming up. I love these bridges. Really nice assets on this route from what I've seen so far. This is about as far as I got my first little play about with it. Up to this station here. Didn't go any further. So everything after this is literally I've never seen. Oh no, I do like this. Quite spectacular. Big models there. Nicely made by looks of it as well. It's not a fast route either, really. It's quite slow in areas. My head hasn't quite like acknowledged that that is my alarm. I feel like it's the way it starts off really slowly, quietly, and eventually gets louder. Feels like something I'm passing. Also, them destination boards are going weird. See through them. I can actually see through them. What? Worried.
This station stop is Newark Broad Street.
Newark Broad Street. Right, let's go back to the article. So, oh good God, here we go. Halt! The headlight fuse is tripped. I'm presuming we've got no headlight. Oh look there, the top light's gone off. Look. Right, so we need to find the headlight fuse in here. So one of them will have tripped. We'll look on the naming. Headlights, there we go. Fuse on, fault fixed. Easy as that, really. And then it's now back on. That's a little bit to the gameplay, doesn't it? I'll be interested in, like, intrigued to see, like, when, like, future, like, anything expert comes, have that sort of stuff in there. It'll be really, really in depth. I look for stuff like that. Right, Newark Broad Street offers a place for ALP 45DP engineers to change from diesel to electric power and vice versa. And Kearney Control offers likewise between voltages for the LP46, so that's quite interesting. We will be playing with that train on another video, so do bear that in mind. You'll probably see it in passing, but today is all about the Arrow 3 and the route, of course. Of particular interest to the Dovetail Games team is the inclusion of Dover and Chatham stations, named for their equivalent towns in Kent, England. Chatham in Kent is where our headquarters are based and is featured in the TSW compatible South Eastern High Speed route add-on, separately available. I didn't know that. I knew that bit, but I didn't realise there was one over it, like, on this route. Whilst roaming the platforms, listen out for the new platform announcements. Players may also spot various bridge plate collections to tidy up. In reality, these are used by conductors and railroad staff to facilitate easier access between passengers and the trains. So it's like a little ramp as such for people to walk across. It's cool. Both classic and modern trains from the NJ Transit fleet feature in Morristown's line, hosting the new train fault features and conductor mode during services in the timetable mode. Watching what the signals are doing. Around for 35 or just under. So obviously the Arrow 3 is the new EMU. So new to Trains of the World is the classic Arrow 3 EMU, one of the staples of the Morristown line. This train was born to run on electrified commuter routes and is also known as the Jersey Arrow. Original designs for the fleet of electric rail cars date back as far as 1968, the glory days of the Pennsylvania Railroad, although the latest third generation was built in 1977. The metal body is evocative and many other classic American railroad trains from history, adorned with the NJ Transit logo and stripes plus American flag near the cab. Hoboken Division Arrows 3s are denoted by a 25k sticker adorned on each cab end, meaning they are set of 25 kVUs as opposed to Newark Division's 12 kV electrification. I want to have a look at that. Oh yeah, see that. Cool. Also there's some gantries missing there. Not far from East Orange either. The rudimentary cab makes this train a little tougher than the rest, with simple controls that demand a change in approach to operating other US and trains and locomotives. There is no reverse from the Arrow 3 cab, simply just a handle turn clockwise for the forwards or to the left for the engineer's position for brake, and obviously the brakes are on the right. I quite like this setup. I don't think it's that hard to drive, really.
The next station stop is East Orange. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
I'm a big fan of these announcements. It really means that you don't have to go and download and use an external plugin anymore, like mods. Great feature. I do think they've really gone for some good features this year. Big fan of it. We're pretty much run on time as well. Maybe a few seconds late, but not bad.
This station stop is East Orange.
But the ALP 46 locomotive plus multi-level coaches and a cab car. Also included is the modern electric ALP 46 locomotive with multi-level coaches and a cab car. These trains offer push-pull express runs out of New York, with downbound trains hauled by the locomotive and upbound led by the commuter cab car. This locomotive gives experienced trains and wheel players a chance to learn the route with a familiar attraction, having previously been seen on the Northeast Corridor York and Trenton route add-on. The multi-level coaches will offer conductor mode gameplay and be the place for players to experience the brand new in-game passenger announcements, adding a further level of immersion to the Morristown line experience, along with the adaptive passenger ambience effects determined by passenger levels inside each coach. That's cool. Didn't realise that differed in, obviously, the busier the train actually got louder. I like that. I can actually hear it now in sort of slightly in the background. Quite nice. It's a small cab. We've got a decent view of the actual line.
When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
There's 24 stations on this route as well. Some of these are quite close together as well. Moment.
This station stop is Brick Church.
Oh, it's parked underneath the station. It's going to a better view. There we go. It's a shame there's no cars. No traffic. Where's all the traffic? Even if it was just something going along this road. Where are they? There's nothing on the motorway either. Which is a bit of a shame. Maybe that's why there's no cars. There's a slight issue there. Feels a little bit lifeless. Isn't it? Around here. I do hope that stuff like that can be revisited and updated. Because that is quite dead. It's a nice looking area because the scenery is lovely. Should players wish, passenger announcements will also be available to be toggled on and off in the ALP46 and ALP45DP locomotives. At Kearney Connection, an in-cab indicator shows a changeover of voltage type. No player input is required to react to the change. The NJ Transit ALP46 electric locomotive is included with Trainspur 6's Morristown line. Players do not need to own previously released content to access that locomotive. So the new ALP 45DP. So this is the new this deluxe and special edition loco. So this is a modern dual power locomotive which features diesel and electric. Gives you additional service as well from Morristown and free round possibilities for North East Corridors to New York Trenton route if you wish to do so. We'll cover that in a minute.
Station stop is Orange. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
This is a low level platform. To be honest, I'm actually quite sold with this route. I actually do quite like it. It's more my cup of tea.
This station stop is Orange.
It's a lamp. It's a lamppost. It is like lamppost. Not every lamppost, but it's a more of a bus stop route. This, I think. A lot of stop and start. Chrysler 300. I think they were. Don't be going down there, mate. You'll end up cupping your bumper there. Old. Oh wow. Oh, it's bringing back St Anne's vibes from Blackpool branches. Look at that. I like that. That's detail. I like that. I'm not overly keen with the wires going through it, like, but I do like that detail with half the roof and the brickwork all falling off. That's rather nice. That's cool. Oh wow! Bloody hell! That's mint. Taking inspiration from Blackpool branches, who knows? I like that. That's nice attention to detail. Not normal sort of things you see from DTG. They do attention to detail. I mean, like that, like derelict, falling to pieces. Ooh, there's life down there. With some cars. I like how we've got sections of like freshly laid track as well. Obviously, we're not doing the full end-to-end drive on this. We're doing so far, but I think of what we're going to be able to see here today on this video, I think there's a good portion, a good chunk of it.
This station stop is Highland Avenue.
Right, so players opting for TSW6's Deluxe Edition or Special will be able to take to the helm of the brand new ALP45DP locomotive on services throughout the route. The ALP45DP is a modern and innovative locomotive that entered service in the early 2010s, replacing aging diesels. It is fitted with both pantograph and a diesel engine for dual mode operation. This makes the loco capable of running across New Jersey's unelectrified lines. In-game, this changeover will take place for both AI and playable trains at Newark Broad Street. A sequence of tasks while stationary in service will allow the player to switch from diesel to electric and vice versa in the similar manner, oh, for Christ's sake, and how the 395 Javelin service operated at Ebbsfleet International on the UK South East High Speed route, albeit between different electric modes rather than diesel. Something to do with vestibule and also the doors need to... Christ almighty, this is an... Ooh. Right, okay. Which door's not working? Oh, it's here, look. Look at that. I have no idea what the heck I'm looking at here. Me and... I'm a bit lost here. Hang on, let me have a look what it asks for. It doesn't come with a bloody measure log, does it? Christ. The door opened down here. It did mention vestibule, but... Maybe it is them doors in the middle. I think that door should be shut. Let's try it. Let's go back in here and see what happens. No, we're not giving it up. I won't be defeated just yet. So, lock. Please let me lock. Alright, there must be a fuse then. Oh. No, it was that. I thought that all along. After me sat there running around. Because I was too busy reading, you see. I missed half the message. Can't go just yet. Come on, lock. I don't think there's something open here. Which? Maybe it isn't that. I'm at a bit of a loss here. I don't actually know what I'm meant to be doing. Thing is, well, if I put the task thing on, it doesn't actually say what's next. I'll lock a both. Obviously something somewhere that I need to do, and I don't have a clue what. Is there a setting? Player assist. Notifications, maybe? That's tell me what I need to do. Yep. Brilliant. This is a bit all embarrassing, isn't it? Because I have no idea what I'm meant to be doing here. Oh, bless you. The only thing I can think of here is really we're going to have to open everything. Try all the doors. Open them all up and then re-shut them. There we go. This door has been all stuck. It was that one. Oh well, there we go. We have to go through them all. Also, is that the ramp thing? Cool. That was an issue as well. There was two doors. Christ's sake, let me in. Right, hopefully we can go now. There we go. Right, booking on gas. That was hard work. Now we're a bit late, but I'm glad that sort of thing pops up because we've all learnt there what we have to do. Oh god. He's chasing me. Oops. Don't lose speed. Complete siren.
The next station stop is Mountain Station. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
Mountain.
This station stop is Mountain Station.
I've just got in the platform there, to be honest. Right. The changeover is dealt with at Newark Broad Street. As Hoboken Terminal is a copper-lined roof and raising pantographs in real life with the very real risk of arcing. Signage in place around the route ahead of Newark Broad Street to denote the changeover power. Look out for that. I have no idea what the signage looks like. I've got a stuck door again. The door not shut, isn't there? I don't think I saw a message pop up. Maybe I missed it. There you go. Right. Looks like we're going to do some walking. Again. Right. Christ almighty. This is becoming to be a bit of a farce, this, isn't it? To be fair, it's a good reason to see all this sort of stuff, so we'll not argue with it. No, we'll not moan about it. How do I get this door to shut? There we go. Bless you. Achoo. It's good practice. And I did want everything ramped up to like the full for the false and all. My own doing. You can turn all this stuff off as well if you don't want to have it on. You can turn it down not to be as like, harsh as well.
When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
I'm going to keep it on though because I quite like it. Adds more to the gameplay, this does. Actually doing more than just sitting there driving. Well, let me know your thoughts and that, what you think about the faults and stuff. Do you like it? Do you think it's too much, or will you not use them? Good to know what you guys think.
stop is South Orange.
Unlike the ALP-46, the ALP-45DP is only a single cab locomotive to make room inside for two turbocharged V12 engines, which combined are able to push-pull commuter trains away from the wires with 4,200 horsepower under the hood. When making use of the overhead wires, the ALP-45 can draw power from both Morristown Division 25 kV and Newark's 12 kV setup, allowing them to operate to and from both Hoboken Terminal and New York Penn Station. Conductor mode will be available using the same coaches and cab car hauled by the ALP-46 locomotive, with the ALP-45DP also working real-world services from Trenton, NJ. Players with New York Trenton will also wish to spawn the locomotives there in the timetable. Shouldn't read these articles from now because they make an absolute mare of them. Oh, for Christ's sake, another fault. Ditch and crossing fuse line. Okay. I'll put that at the next station. Just as a side note, SD40-2 is included in the train centre. That's not for use on the Morristown line though, but can be spawned in free roam in the route if you want. Not sure why you'd want to do that, to be honest, because it's really out of place, but I'm sure someone might. Alright, so the faults and stuff and random events. So new to Trains World 6 is the introduction of train faults and random events, ensuring that no two services are ever the same. Let's say that again. These tuckable features will keep players on their toes and with signal delays and issues, the trains themselves resulting in the need to react and work through solutions as guided by the in-game prompts. The train faults will occur in the form of wipers failures and lighting failures.
The next station stop is Maplewood. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
Those faults can be reset easily. Players get a pop-up on the faults occur. They can take the necessary action to clear it. Some of these may require breakers to be reset. Look, Judy coming to here. Again, I'm finding that these places are very lifeless. There's no cars anywhere. Where the heck are all the cars? Well, that's a bit low quality texture. Yeah, where are all the cars? Right. Surely, the cars. Random events, so temporary speed restrictions will appear beside the track to give visual indication where speed restrictions start and end. HUDs will also receive those, giving you a clear guide as to when you need to slow down to comply with them. And signal delays in particular will require engineers to keep alert and adapt to any aspects that aren't typically typical of that section. You might be waiting on a sunny day as changes slowly begin to affect that schedule, and if you fall behind, further signals down the line might compound the effect on your service. I've not actually come across any of that yet. Not seen any signalling issues as such. That'll be particularly important for people using ATC and ACS-ES and alert safety systems enabled. They want to bear in mind. Types of services available to operate the service mode include Newark Division trains using the ALP-46 and Arrow 3. Let me just put this out. Come on. There we go. Those running onto the northeast corridor, they also have depot movements to Sunnyside Yard. Hoboken Division trains using the Arrow 3 that run to Summit and Dover, including Hoboken and Gladstone. Services as far as Dover. ALP 46 services running to New York Penn and to Dover. Some services go to Hoboken. Local hold ALP 45 DP services running from Hoboken to Dover, then travelling out of the map to destinations at Denville, Mount Olive, Lake Hopketong, it's town, but deluxe edition and special edition only, that is. I'm quite surprised it's not very busy. Where are all the trains? It's really that quiet down this line. I've seen like 1 or 2 AI. Maybe 3 at the most. Speed restriction there, 35. A bit of a weird place in the station though. That's the start of a speed restriction, I think that. There's the 35 coming up. Not sure why it's like in the wood on the station, right? But I'm going to leave that article there now because it's just waffling on, and I want to watch this bit of a route now. Route-wise though, enjoyed it. What I've played. Look forward to doing the full end-to-end run on the stream. Feel like we've seen a good, decent amount now. You know something I've noticed in TSW, by the way, like stuff like these chains here. In older DLCs, I reckon we'd have seen this sort of stuff like swinging around and moving, not just static. Maybe like pipes down here, not even bouncing or anything like that. You see all sorts bobbing about.
The next station stop is Short Hills. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
We'll look at the map in a minute to see actually how far we've travelled.
Attention, Short Hills Station customers.
Look on the track map. 35's appeared. That's where the speed restriction.
This station stop is Short Hills.
Again, lifeless. I've not seen any traffic for ages. All these little roads and stuff that could have cars on them. Even if it's just some cars going down on a main road. Just not really any of it happening. It's a shame, really. Oh, there's the lights down there on the track there, like pointing down. This 35 is not going to be too far from our last station. This train must turn off here and go down. It's a Gladstone service. Down for the right speed. You apparently get one speed restriction in a drive. You don't get several. S, I presume, means start. I presume you must see maybe a sign with an E on it when it ends. Ah, R. Whatever that means. I quite like how that was placed near relay track, or freshly ballasted. Obviously it was random, but it was quite well placed. The red signal going to the station. Whether that changes when we get near it, I don't know. As we're just approaching this last station, I hope you enjoyed this video. Apologies for my ramblings on with the article stuff. But the route itself, I really do like. Quite pleasant to drive. And this unit is lovely as well. Really nice and easy to sort of grasp, to be honest. The faults are a little bit finicky at times, trying to get find where the door ones are a bugger. Tested us. Making it cautious around there because I don't know what's going on with the signals. We apparently do need to stop, so. Not because we're running late, you see. I think it is because we're running late. Oh, give over. Ah. I think we're going to cross over, eh? The train's driving, so I think we're going to cross over when it comes through. I had that wing, and no need for me to be told off for that. I weren't going to go through it. But look round train while we're waiting. Yeah, it's a very nice train. And an equally nice route. We'll see what's on the platform, what's working on this. Is the new one? No, it's not the new one. That's got moving pipe work. See it bobbing around then. Some very bizarre LOD going. Oh, time to go. Driving with their headlights on, just got the top markers on. Here we go.
The next station stop is Summit. When leaving the train, please watch the gap.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Still got some learning to do with this system. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. As we're just arriving at our last station. I do hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell for future videos. Catch on Twitch at trainsim_TV. Mondays and Fridays normally. Although it might be different around TSW6 early access. We'll probably do a few extra bits. So yeah, normal dates obviously apply. Don't forget like, send us some comments and your feedback and stuff as well. What your thoughts? I'd like to know what people are thinking. What you're enjoying about the sim so far. What are your favourite new features and all that lot. Next video will be a Dresden Leipzig route video, so join us for that as well. Get to grips with that one. Until next time, guys, thank you ever so much for watching. Take care, and again, we'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.